I will provide the two names, sir.
Yes, provide it. Otherwise, I will agree with the Honorable Paduano that you should be cited in contempt. Kasi sinagot mo yung katanungan sa katanungan ni Honorable Rodriguez, Gutierrez kanina. Yes.
Sir,
Ikaw ang nag-volunteer nun na yung kwan ni Mr. Espinosa, ang transaction is worth 5 billion.
tama po yun, sir.
Ay, mas marunong pa ako sa iyo. Ikaw nag-conduct doon at mali yung ginawa nyo. Tell me. Tell me, alin ang tama doon sa ginawa nyo? Nag-apply kayo ng search warrant, tapos grinantan. But did you follow the protocol para pag-apply ng search warrant?
Colonel Marcos, do you share the statement that was given to us by Colonel Garma about the payment and rewards, or you also deny that?
Pertaining to the reward system, sir, tama po si Colonel Garma doon. Nag-circulate po yan sa buong PNP organization. Pero ang makaka-validate lang po talaga niyan is yung inner circle po ng gaya si Colonel Garma, yung mga nakakaalam talaga, sir.
May natanggap yung pumatay kay Mayor Espinosa?
Wala naman po akong natanggap doon, sir, kasi may operation.
Hindi ikaw ang sinasabi ko. May natanggap ba yung mga pumatay? Hindi naman ikaw ang pumatay, di ba?
Po, sir, hindi naman po.
Yun pala naman eh. Ang natanong ko, meron ba natanggap yung pumatay?
Wala naman po siguro, sir, kasi...
Hindi mo alam.
Opo, yung unang...
Si Major Laraga, may natanggap ba siya?
Wala po yata, sir. Ngayon, sir, yung war on drugs kasi, sir, nung umpisa, wala pong ganyang reward system. Yung talagang operation, true operation on listed drugs personalities. Pero napansin siguro, sir, nung administration na medyo walang masyadong nagpa-participate. So, nung nakakulong na po ako, sir, naka-restricted, parang narinig ko, sir, na nag-umpisa na po yung reward system to encourage other officers, other personnel.
Nakatanggap si Major Laraga at yung mga pulis, hindi mo alam.
Hindi po
Kasi Luka, nakakapagtaka na papatay nila sa loob ng selda eh. Si Mayor Espinosa eh. Nakakapagtaka kahit sino. At tanungin mo, nakakapagtaka, nakakulong na yung tao eh. Papatayin nyo. Ngayon, nalaman natin mayroong payment and rewards. Hindi mo alam, hindi ka nang katanggap dahil hindi naman talaga ikaw ang pumatay, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At hindi mo alam na mayroong payment and reward na binibigay sa mga pumatay. Tama ako, mali?
It's true na naririnig po ng kapulisan yan, sir. Pati ako, sir, naririnig ko po.
Si General Karamat ba nandiyan kanina? Nandiyan kanina eh. Wala na ba ngayon? Wala na, no? Okay? Kung walang payment and reward, konti lang ang pinatay.
It's possible, Mr. Chair.
Possible.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, kanina lumapit po ako sa taga-AMLA, sir. Pre-provide ko sa kanya yung documents na pre-provide din sa akin nung dalawang attorney ng taga-AMLA. Yung scheme...
Sandali po.
Yung
documents coming from the AMLAC,
yes,
dalawang attorney. Is it official and authenticated?
Hindi naman po, sir.
O hindi dapat. So you should not mention in this committee those documents if it's not official.
Pati po yung...
Sandali.
Yes, sir.
Sama na. You should not use it in your statement, those documents that is not official.
Yes,
and who is that two attorneys from AMLAC?
Pinipilit ko pong i-recall.
Now you don't recall.
Yung
Now you can't recall. Can you recall it or not?
Nandoon po sa isang cellphone ko, sir. Sa isang cellphone ko na hindi ko na ginamit. At saka nag-provide po ako ng cheque na nandoon po yung corporation. Blue.
Sandali.
Opo.
Sandali. Dahan-dahan mo na. I'm just asking you about that 5.1 billion. And you tell this committee that your source is the two attorney or lawyer from the AMLAC. Now, I told you that is not an official document. Correct?
It could be, hindi ba siya authenticated, sir?
Oh, that's why you cannot use it. Dandahan ka po. Dito sa committee to. Second, you cannot anymore remember the two lawyers from AMLAC.
Pardon, sir?
Hindi mo na matandaan yung dalawang abogado.
Pili ko nire-recall, pero sigurado ako, sir, nandun sa isang cellphone ko po yung
How did you get that information? You talk to them? Personally?
We were ongoing, sir, with the financial...
Sandali. You talk to them, yes or no? Personally?
Personally, sir. In
Also, you cannot remember the names? You talk to them personally, but you cannot remember the names? Even surname or family name? Eto I just want to warn you, because we will produce the two lawyers. If you cannot name it in today's hearing, I will cite you in contempt for lying.
Hindi ako,
Just want to warn you. Huwag mo kaming burahin dito, Colonel Marcos. Are you still with the CIDG?
yes po, sir.
Oh, General Torre, yung tao mo is telling a lie. He is lying in front of this committee. So you can name the two lawyers? As you have mentioned, you talk to them personally. But now you cannot mention the name.
It was 7 years ago.
Sorry?
Yung pangalan nila, sir, at saka yung cellphone number, nandun po sa isang cellphone ko, sir.
No, I'm not asking about the cell phone number.
Bali po,
I'm asking about the names because if you have is the two lawyers assigned in the central office?
sir,
Naka-assign ba po yung dalawang lawyers sa central office ng AMLA?
possible, sir.
Ba't possible? You're a CIDG intelligence officer and you never check the background of the two lawyers you mentioned?
Actually,
And that is the source of your 5.1 billion telling in this committee?
sir, these two lawyers conducted seminar on all CIDG personnel and regional
When was that? Eto, lumalabling tayo.
2016,
Saan
sir.
yung seminar na yan?
It was 2016, sir. Training kami pertaining to money laundering.
Saan yan?
Dito, sir, sa Manila, lahat ng RC.
Saan sa Manila?
Isang hotel, sir.
Saang hotel? Hindi mo na naman matandaan yung hotel.
Actually, the training, sir, is mandatory for regional.
Hindi nga, I'm asking about the hotel. You cannot mention the name. Now you're telling us that there is a seminar in that hotel. And what is that hotel? Because we have to check that hotel. If indeed there's a seminar on that day.
I'll try to recall, sir. Doon ko po nakilala yung dalawang lawyer.
Eto, Colonel Marcos, ha? Eto, I just want to warn you.
Mr. Chair,
Eto, this is your first offense of lying.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
with the indulgence of the Honorable Paduano,
With the indulgence of Congressman
one
Paduano.
question lang, one question.
Yes, Congressman Naakop, you're recognized.
Colonel Marcos, yung information regarding yung 5 billion ba, was it voluntarily given you or did you ask for it?
It was voluntarily given to me, sir.
Then
Because
it is mandatory that you recall the names of the two AMLAC. Because that is not appropriate.
yes, sir, I will give, sir, the two names, sir.
Kami nga, hindi nga namin basta-basta makuha yung kwan kung walang predicate crime eh.
I will provide the two names, sir.
Yes,
Because
provide it. Otherwise, I will agree with the Honorable Paduano that you should be cited in contempt. Kasi sinagot mo yung katanungan sa katanungan ni Honorable Rodriguez Gutierrez kanina. Yes.
sir,
Ikaw ang nag-volunteer nun na yung kwan ni Mr. Espinosa, ang transaction is worth 5 billion.
can I explain a little, sir? Nung binigay po sa akin yung information,
Hindi kita tinatanong. Ang tinanong ko lang sa iyo is, did you ask for the details or binolunteer ng AMLAC?
it was voluntarily given to me kasi mayroon po silang binigay na documents on the scheme of the money laundering. Nandito po sa cellphone. Yun po ang binigay.
Thank you, Honorable Paduano.
Chairman, kaya
Please proceed.
AMLAC, is it normal? Kasi kami dito, pag nag-request kami, doon sa asset, freezing of assets, ang daming requirements. But Colonel Marcos is telling this committee na binigay sa kanya voluntarily that allegedly that 5.1 billion asset. And looking at your records, nandito ngayon hawak ko, and you mentioned it, wala. Di ba? Kaya is it normal, AMLAC?
Your Honor, for the meeting that Colonel Marcos mentioned, well, it's usual occurrence for us to have coordination meetings with our counterparts, Your Honor. But as to the disclosure of transactions, I'm not really sure if, but me as an investigator, when we conduct these meetings, we don't readily disclose information because of the bank secrecy law and
Sir,
Section 8
naalala
of
ko
the-
na. Si General Lubusan, sir, yung dalawang lawyer na taga-AMLA, inutusan niya, sir, na pumunta ng Tacloban para harapin ako, sir, because I was ongoing investigation on a Metrobank account also pertaining to drug money. Ngayon, sir, kaya ko na-meet, sir, yung dalawang lawyer. Hindi ko naman sila personal na kilala, pero sinabi ni General Ubusan doon sa AMLA dalawang lawyer, pumunta kayo kay Colonel Marcos sa Region 8. You coordinate with him. He will give you all the information.
Oh, Colonel
Ano
Marcos,
nangyari?
you're now changing your story. Tama?
It is how I meet, sir, the two lawyers.
Sandali.
Opo, sir.
So you're now changing your story? Yes or no?
Hindi naman po, sir. Doon ko sila
Anong
na-meet.
hindi? You tell this committee a while ago that during your seminar, then all of a sudden, inutusan na certain General Robusa, eto, problema pa, papatawag namin si General Robusa. And if he deny it, lagot ka.
Both occasions, sir, are true. Yung una, sir, na-meet ko sila dahil pinapunta sila ni General Ubusan sa Region 8. Mag-coordinate sa akin.
Dali.
After that, sir, dahil hindi si kumbinsido yung taga-AMLA sa knowledge namin pertaining to financial investigation on money laundering, nagpakandak po si General Ubusan ng seminar. Yun po. Doon ko na naman sila po na-meet uli.
So nauna yung pagpunta nila sa Leyte.
It was the first time that I met them kasi inutusan silang pumunta ng OTSO para mag-coordinate sa akin, may bigay ko yung mga impormasyon na kailangan nila. At the same time, sir, na-convince sila na yung mga chief ng CIDG hindi equipped pertaining to financial investigation.
Mr.
So,
Chair.
nagpakandak ko, sir, ng seminar.
Mr.
So
Chair.
you're, with the indulgence of General Acop, Chairman Acop after me. Ito na lang po, so you're telling that the two lawyers you cannot mention is lying?
Lying po.
Lying. Because on record, there is a such thing as 5.1 billion. So they're lying, but still you cannot mention their name?
It is the, sir, a Blue Oceanic Corporation Textile.
No. What? Answer directly my question. Di ba? Sinabi mo 5 billion, 5.1 billion. Now we check with AMLA, wala. Now you're telling this committee that the two lawyers in which until now you cannot mention is lying?
Wala naman sila dito, sir, para i-deny yung sinasabi ko.
Hindi. This is record. Nako, Colonel Marcos, are you a lawyer?
Hindi naman po.
O, wag kang mag-lawyering dito.
Hindi po ako
Mr.
nagdo-lawyer.
Papalusot ka, I am not a lawyer. Pero hindi ka pwedeng lumusot dito.
Sir, it's an honest to goodness information, sir. Wala akong motibo, sir, na...
Hindi, kaya nga yung tinatanong ko, kasi kanina hindi naman tinanong sa'yo, ikaw mismo voluntarily, when you are being asked by Kong Rhodes. Now, hindi mo ma-mention yung pangalan. Now, nandito na yung dokumento, official document. O still, are you insisting?
Yung po kasi ang binigay na info sa akin, sir.
You cannot produce the name. Then you will tell this committee that you're telling the truth.
Nandun kasi, sir, sa isang cellphone ko yung pangalan. Pinipilit ko pong i-recall, sir. Pasensya na po.
Bakit anong nandun sa, binigyan ka ba ng cellphone number?
Nirecord ko po yung mga pangalan niya, sir.
O do you have the document? official document that you were ordered by a certain General Robosa to meet that to AMLAC personnel or lawyers?
Tinawagan lang po ako, sir, ni
O, yun ang
Director.
problema. Because that instruction is verbal.
O, verbal, sir.
Oh. So, verbal, okay ka?
Sir?
Okay sa'yo na verbal. Verbal instruction.
Bali, tinawagan ako ni General Lubusan na may pupunta sa
Hindi kaya nga eh. Okay sa verbal instruction na napaka-sensitive. It's all about acid nung Espinosa.
Oh, they were ongoing investigation noon, sir.
O, yun yung problema mo, Tony.
Oh, ongoing po.
Colonel Marcos, yun ang problema mo. Eto i-hold ko muna. Yes, Chairman Akop.
Mr. Chair, ang tanong ko lang, sabi mo na naman ngayon, nautusan ka ni General Ubusan, who I presume was the chief of the CIDG then.
Yes, sir.
Siya ang boss mo. Inutusan o sinabihan ni General Ubusan yung dalawang AMLAC na pumunta sa iyo kasi ikaw ang nakakalam. Tama ba yung pagkarinig ko sa sagot mo?
Opo, sir. Tama po, sir.
Ano yung bagay na iniimbestiga ng AMLAC? At bakit lumabas doon yung 5.1 billion na sinasabi na financial transaction ni Mr. Kerwin Espinosa?
Kasi during that time, sir, I was, dahil ako ang regional chief ng CIDG 8,
Sinabi ba nila?
Sir,
Hindi, sinabi ba nila na ang iimbestigahan nila yung financial transaction ni Mr. Kerwin Espinosa?
yes po, sir. Yun ang specific na pakay nila, sir.
Ay, mandatory na sabihin mo yung pangalan ng dalawang AMLAC.
Opo, sir.
Chairman, can I proceed? Thank you, Chairman Akop. Now, you should submit in this committee the names of that two lawyers from AMLAC before we end this hearing. Or else, this committee will be pushed to cite you in contempt, Colonel Marcos. Sorry.
Sige
You
po,
should
sir.
produce.
I-recall ko, sir.
Now, let me proceed, Mr. Chairman. You mentioned, kaya tinanong kita kanina kung lawyer ka eh. Kasi you mentioned about compelling reasons for the issuance of search warrant.
Yes, sir.
O, matanong nga kita, what is the compelling reason to issue search warrant inside the jail? And it happens not only once, ha? Colonel Marcos, it happens not only once. It happens twice during your time.
Yes, sir.
Tama?
Yes, sir.
Twice nangyari. Dalawang beses, dalawa ring tao ang namatay
Yes, sir.
na mga allegedly drug lords.
Opo, sir.
Oh, now, please answer what are those compelling reasons? Kasi nandito taga-DOJ. Tatanungin ko,
Yung usually, sir, pag nagkakaroon kami ng application on other areas, hindi doon sa jurisdiction ng judge, sir, na nakakasakop doon sa dapat applyan namin ng search warrant na lugar. Ang isang compelling reason, there is reasonable, this is a valid reason na maaring mag-leak, sir, yung search warrant na ina-apply namin. Yun po yung...
okay, valid reason
Opo, sir.
that you can serve that search warrant. Tama?
Bali, pag mag-a-apply po kami, sir, sa isang judge na sasabihin ng judge, o bakit dito kayo nag-a-apply? Eh, may judge man doon sa lugar na yon.
Hindi, no, sandali.
Opo, sir.
Ikaw, Colonel Marcos, ha? Halata ka na. Ang tinatanong ko lang yung compelling reason. Hindi kung saan mo kinuha. Darating tayo dyan mamaya.
Opo, sir.
Saan mo na, kung saan ka nag-apply, darating tayo mamaya. You answer first. Sa'yo to nagaling eh.
Opo, sir. Bali, ano yung pa yung reason, sir? Yung para hindi mag-leak po yung search warrant. Kasi
Sorry?
pag minsan kasi...
You are not, Colonel Marcos, you are not answering my question. Ang sinasagot mo, Colonel Marcos, makinig ka. Ang sinasagot mo, yung reason why, instead of getting search warrant in Leyte, you get your search warrant in Samar. Yun yung sinasagot mo. Di ba?
Opo, sir.
Mali. Ang tanong ko, what is the compelling reason to issue a search warrant in a government facility? And in this case, a jail under the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. What is that compelling reason?
We have a reason to believe, sir, based on intel reports, that there is collusion between the jail guards.
Again, you don't answer my question. Ang tinatanong ko, hindi kung saan ka kumuha ng search warrant. Ang tinatanong ko, yung sinasabi mong compelling reason to issue a search warrant inside a government facility, and in this case, sa jail, under the supervision of the BGMP. O anong compelling reason?
May intel report nga kami, sir, na yung mga jail guards is medyo kumbaga patong na, sir, doon sa operation.
Dali. Again yung tinasagot mo sa akin, application of search warrant, pupunta rin tayo doon mamaya. Ang tinatanong ko lang, ano yung sinasabi mong compelling reason for you to ask for search warrant, and the court will issue a search warrant indeed in a government facility, and in this case, jail under the BGMP. Ikaw nagsabi.
Because there is a criminal act going on, sir, inside the jail. Kumbaga, merong...
Criminal act?
Oh, parang may...
Okay, mamaya puntahan natin. DOJ. Nandito DOJ? Criminal act ha? Tandaan mo ha, Colonel Marcos, pag nagkamali ka dito, na nagsisinungaling ka, baka baguhin mo na, I will cite you in contempt. DOJ, did you get the question that I raised to Colonel Marcos na defensive siya, umiiwas siya, nasagutin? O what is that compelling reason daw? Is there a compelling reason to issue a search warrant in the jail?
Mr. Chair, regarding that particular case, Mr. Chair, there's already an en banc decision by the court, the Supreme Court, saying that there is no compelling reason for the issuance or for the issuance of the warrant. I mean, there's no compelling reason for the application of a search warrant in a jail facility, Mr. Chair.
That is a jurisprudence.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, Colonel Marcos, eto, hindi ako lawyer, pero ganun din pagkaintindi ko. Eto, DOJ na yung sasabi. Oh, do you have to contest the opinion of the legal minds from DOJ?
Hindi po, sir.
Oh, better not talk. Kasi yun lang tanong ko eh. Now, next. Eto, establish. Okay. Kasi, under the jail management, may uplan galugad dyan eh. Di ba? That is the standard operating procedure of the BGMP if indeed there is an information that that jail, particular jail, may illegal na nangyayari sa loob. Oh, you know.
I agree, sir.
Oh, so you now agree that you cannot, supposedly you should not apply a search warrant. That is the opinion of the DOJ.
Actually, sir, yung operation na yon, hindi man talaga papayag na papasok sa isang disabled.
Sandali, punta natin mamaya yon.
Okay.
Ang tinatanong ko lang muna dito, I just want to establish that you should not apply a search warrant in a jail. That is now a jurisprudence.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me proceed. Ito tatlong case. Now, in the case of Egay Alvarez, isabihin ko na siya para baka mamaya, Egay Alvarez happens August 11. After, the day before Parañaque case of Bantag happens. And 2 days after, August 13, the case that 3 Chinese national was killed inside the Picol. The first, kung baka, babalikan ko yon mamaya, pag nandito si Garma, the first, at saka si Leonardo, the first incident na may impact doon sa war on drugs is the case happened in your area. And that is the case of Egay Alvarez, happens to be a detainee at the time, and allegedly a drug lord, and he was killed inside this jail because of your search warrant. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, First question. Sino ang judge na nag-issue ng search warrant?
In the case, sir, of Abuyog Penal Colony, ang nag-issue po is si Judge Janet Cabaluna po, sir.
Si Janet Cabaluna.
Opo, sir.
And she was also the judge that you applied first for Mayor Espinosa.
Hindi po, sir. Ibang judge naman po, sir. Bali si Judge Tarcelo Sabari naman kay Espinosa, sir.
Pero taga-Samar yun.
Samar po na ano, sir.
Samar din yung isa. Yung Cabaluna.
Hindi, nalimutan ko na, sir, kung
Ah.
kasi hindi po akong applicant.
Hindi ko nga makalimutan eh.
Si Major Laraga po ang applicant, sir.
But yeah, Major Lala is under you.
Opo, sir.
Oh.
Ah,
Kaya nga nagkakaso ka doon, di ba?
Opo, sir. Hindi ko, basta within Leyte yata, sir, si Judge Cabaluna. O hindi, or sama, hindi lang ako sure yung kung saan, sir.
Colonel naman, kanina mo pa dinipinsahan niya, you have to take search warrant outside of the jurisdiction because the connection of blah, blah, blah to the jail and the court.
Samar.
Tapos ngayon, ayaw mo aminin, taga-Samar.
Samar siguro, Samar, sir.
Ay, hindi nga ako involved doon eh. Pero alam ko na taga-Samar.
Opo, sir.
O, in applying for a search warrant, in this case, eto, Colonel ha, eto, pag nagkamali ka dito, I will cite you in contempt. Who is your deponent? Who is your deponent?
Sa Albera, sir, naalala
No.
ko, si
Hindi
ano, sir,
Albera. At tinatanong ko ngayon yung kay Igay pa, Alvarez. Who is the deponent?
si Major Laraga po, sir, makakasagot kasi sila po ang applicant, sir. Hindi po ako. Hindi silang pumunta sa judge. Pero maalala ko
But, sandali, but
Opo.
yung major is under your watch.
Opo, sir.
Tama?
Opo, sir.
Oo. Di ba?
Hindi,
Oh, so you allow that major to ask for a search warrant without knowing the deponent?
sir, ganito po ang procedure namin sa CIDG. Yung mga provincial officers po namin, kanya-kanya po yan nag-a-apply ng search warrant. Ang regional chief po, sir, hindi po nagtatanong kung sino po ang deponent.
Sandali.
Opo, sir, ganun po ang
Sandali.
procedure namin.
But, Colonel Marcos, ha, ito part of the drug war. And in Region 8, you're the one supervising such campaign as CIDG chief.
Opo, sir.
Oh, now, sinong major yon?
Leo Police Major Leo Laraga, sir. Siya ang provincial
Ngayon,
ng-
he's assigned in where?
Leyte Provincial Chief siya. sir.
Ngayon, saan siya naka-assign?
CIDG pa rin ngayon, sir.
Is he active?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, can we ask General Torre to check that a certain major and
He is assigned with RFU 8 now, sir.
RFU 8?
CIDG 8, sir.
8. She is the chief.
No po, sa ngayon siya ang chief investigator yata doon, sir.
Oh, can you call him? Colonel Torre, can you check? General Torre, can you check?
Yes, sir. Will do, sir.
Please check the deponent of such search warrant.
Mag-feedback ako, sir.
Oh, ganito lang, Colonel Marcos. Yung deponent mo ba, police?
Civilian, sir.
Civilian?
Usually, civilian, sir.
Hindi, tinatanong ko na in this case, hindi mo alam.
Sa Abuyog, sir, na search warrant, di ko po talaga, sir,
Okay, now, doon sa Baybay.
Civilian, sir. Paul Olindan.
Sino?
Paul Olindan.
O Paul Olindan.
Opo, sir.
Is Paul Olindan a jail guard?
Hindi po, sir.
A detainee? Detainee ba siya?
Dati, sir. Dating preso yan, sir.
Oh, eto, Colonel Marcos, dating preso. Oh, kailan siya nakalabas sa bilangguan?
Ano siya, sir? Naka-parole, eh.
O nga, kailan nga nakalaya? Kailan nakalaya?
Hindi ko alam ang...
Matagal na, before the incident happened.
Oh, matagal na po.
Okay, now, how can a deponent should have a direct knowledge? Di ba?
Yes, sir.
O, paano siya magkaroon ng direct knowledge doon sa selda, sa cell ni Mayor Espinosa kung he's not anymore a detainee? Pinipilot ko kasi. Gumagawa kasi kayo ng kalokohan eh.
Sir, ang humaharap po kasi sa judge.
Hindi, tinatanong ko sa iyo, kung ang deponent mo is a former PDL, under parole, anong direct knowledge doon sa loob ng silda ni Mayor?
Ang nagdadala kasi sir
Sandali. Sandali.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yung deponent mo, may direct knowledge ba? Wala.
It will be based on the appreciation.
Hindi nga, ito nga ngayon, tinatanong kita, he's not anymore a PDL, under parole, he was not there in the jail, and still you use him as a deponent because you have something plan, a different plan for Mayor Espinosa. Oh,
Mr. Chair, clarification, Mr. Chair.
yes.
Yeah, regarding this issue, Mr. Chair, yes.
Okay.
I'd like to ask in layman's terms, Mr. Chair. Dahil gusto nilang gawin, dahil yung police gusto nilang gawin yung trabaho nila, na makakuha sila ng search warrant, kasalanan ba nila na yung judge ang mag-issue ng search warrant? Now, if there is a jurisprudence from the Supreme Court, bakit nag-issue ang judge?
Hindi, yun na nga eh. Ang point dito is,
May.
deponent per se should have a direct knowledge. And of course, may problema ang judge. But at the same time, may problema kayong mga pulis. Alam mo bakit? Because you are forcing it to have a deponent without direct knowledge and you talk to the judge, in which ang judge ito may problema din, then you operate not on the reason of the items supposedly under the search warrant. Yun ang malinaw eh. Namatay si Egay Alvarez. Eh, hindi ko sinasabi na he's not a drug lord. When in fact, ako alam ko, he's a drug lord. Pati source niya. Pati yung namatay dun sa Dapicol. But of course, it's a different thing. It's a different story. We're talking about extrajudicial killing here. And hindi to simpleng coincidence. Hindi simpleng coincidence. Kasi dalawang jail sa Leyte ang nangyari, you serve a search warrant and the result is namatay yung mga allegedly drug lords or narcotics, narco drugs, politicians. Yun pong totoo. Di ba? Ang sinasabi ko, I am not defending here the drug pushers, the drug lords. But what I'm saying is, you're violating the law. Because you have a different purpose in getting the search warrant. Yun ang malinaw. And history is telling us now, it never happens na lumabas ang katotohanan during the previous administration because that is part of the drug war. Yun ang malinaw. Chairman Akop?
Congressman Paduano, kindly wrap up.
Chairman Akop, I thought you will... Anyway. Now, Colonel Marcos, you produced the deponent. The names of the deponent.
I will call Major Laraga, sir. After tatawagan ko kagad.
Ayun, si General Torre. At the same time, the deponent doon sa sa bahay ni Espinosa.
Opo, sir. Tatanong ko po kay Major Laraga kagad.
General Torre, kindly check, please.
Yes, sir. I'm
Kindly
already
wrap up,
talking to
Congressman
the
Paduano.
regional chief, sir. We are asking for the deponent and the applicant, sir.
And you produce, Attorney Colonel Marcos, the names of that lawyers within the day.
Yes,
If you
sir.
cannot produce those name of lawyers,
Yes, sir.
we'll be forced to cite you in contempt.
I will call my colleague, sir, para makakuha ko yung pangalan.
Now, you're saying about the involvement of the jail guards, di ba? Kaya kumuha kayo ng search warrant doon sa kabila, sa Samar, instead of getting it in Leyte.
Yes, sir.
O now, dahil, ba't doon kayo kumuha ng search warrant? Why?
Sa Samar, sir.
Yeah. Ba't doon sa Samar, not in Leyte?
Ganito po yan, sir. Si Major Laraga po, yung provincial officer ko, they are po the operating arm of different provinces. Pumunta po sa akin, sir, mag-apply po ako ng search warrant. Sinong applyan mo? Ito, sir, may input tayong ganito, ganito, ganito. O sige, i-apply mo ng search warrant. Kung i-approve ka ng judge, implement natin. Ngayon, sir, hindi man po lahat ng search warrant na ina-apply ng CIDG or ng provincial offices, ina-approve ng judge. Marami din pong dinideny. Ngayon, nataon, sir, si Major Laraga, pag-apply niyan, na-approve, in-implement po namin, sir.
And then, hindi pa sinasagot yung tanong ko eh. Why not in Leyte? Why in Samar?
Isa rin yun, sir, sa tinanong ko kay Major Laraga, bakit sa Samar ka mag-a-apply? Sabi niya, sir, pag dito ako, sir, nag-apply sa Baybay o dito sa malapit sa atin, yung mga empleyado dito, mag-interconnected yan. Mamaya, matawagan, sir, na may warrant tayong isi-serve. Yun ang binigay niyang reason sa akin.
Eh, ano yan? Teorya nyo yan. Yeah, presumption nyo. Diba?
Assumption po ni Major Laraga, sir.
Hindi, pati kayo. Siyempre, nag-report na nga sa iyo eh. Pinayagan mo kahit na doon sa kabila.
Yes, sir.
Oh, di ba?
Nag-okay ako sa kanya, sir.
But a while ago, you're talking about the collusion between the alleged drug lord and the jail guards. Di ba? Sinabi mo yon?
Yes, sir. That is also based on the intel report submitted by Major Laraga.
Major Laraga?
Yes, sir. Leo Laraga, sir.
Siya yung ano? Siya yung na-demote
Oh, sir. Bali from na-demote yan, sir.
because of?
Under appeal sila sa NAPOLCOM.
Hindi, tinatanong because
the
of?
administrative charge, sir, pertaining to the Espinosa case.
Okay. Now, ganito lang yan kasi, Colonel eh. Kasi if you have strong evidence or data, no evidence, with regards to collusion between jail guards and the drug lords, did you file a case against those jail guards?
Hindi po, sir, nag-file si Major. Hindi kami nag-file, sir.
O bakit hindi kayo nag-file? Kasi, di ba, kaya nyo kinuha yung search warrant sa Samar, not in Leyte because you believe that there is collusion between drug lords and the jail guards. So why didn't you file a case against the jail guards?
Sometimes kasi, sir, intel reports doesn't stand in court. Hindi po tatayo sa korte ang intel report, sir.
Yun yung problema eh.
Kindly wrap up, Congressman Paduano.
Anyway, hindi pa ako tapos sana.
Colonel Marcos,
Yes, yes, sir.
how long have you been in the service?
Bali, nag-30 years, sir, nung May 2, sir.
30 years and May 2. Out of the 30 years, how long have you been with CIDG?
Since July 2016 up to present, sir.
Hindi mo sinasagot yung tanong ko eh. Gusto mo
sorry.
pa mag-addition pa ako o mag-subtraction eh.
16,
Kaya ako nga tinatanong sa'yo, ikaw dapat nakakaalam kung ilang taong ka na sa CIDG.
8 years, sir.
8 years. Continuous yun or may break?
Continuous na naman po, sir, except nung na-restrict, si IDG pa rin naman ko nung restrictive custody ako, pero until sa time na nakulong kami for 4 months, pero ano kami, sir, automatic leave of absence, pero si IDG pa rin yung unit namin.
Gerald Torre, is Gerald Ernia present? Kindly please take your seat. Have you taken your oath, Sidney?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Kindly take your oath. Comsec.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this public inquiry? So help you God.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Comsec. Gerald Ernia, how long should a police officer stay in a certain position pursuant to your rules and regulations?
In our existing policy, Your Honor, for key positions like CIDG, as regional chief, the maximum tenure is 2 years, Your Honor.
That's the maximum. But you
Maximum,
can relieve, you have been relieving people even if they've stayed there in that position for only 1 year.
That's possible, Your Honor.
It's happening. It's not possible. It has happened.
Yes, it's happening, Your Honor.
Yes. Hindi, huwag mong sabihin na it's possible kasi ginagawa ninyo eh. Now, Gerald Torre, is that also your policy at the CIDG? Are you following the policy of your national headquarters?
Yes, sir.
And may I know why Colonel Marcos is still occupying that post?
Sir, he is already relieved, sir, since 2 days ago, sir.
2 days ago. So wala na.
Yes, sir.
So ngayon nyo lang sinunod. Nung dumating ka, saka lang nasunod yung policy. Kasi nung panahon ni... kasi tinanong ko rin yan nung nandito si General Karamat eh. And he was not able to remove Colonel Marcos from that post. Kaya tinatanong ko. Thank you. Now, kanina, Colonel Marcos, you stated na yung 5.1 billion na financial transaction ay nanggaling sa AMLAC na kumausap sa iyo sa isang seminar, pangalawa nung nautusan ni Gerald Ubusan na pumunta yung mga AMLAC representatives doon sa lugar mo, sa jurisdiction mo. Tama? Yun ang sinagot mo kanina, Colonel Marcos, di ba?
Sir, pardon po, sir. Hindi ko na masyadong maklarify yung question. Pasensya na po.
Sinusundan ko lang yung katanungan kanina ni the Honorable Paduano. Ang sinagot mo kanina tungkol dun sa 5.1 billion na financial transaction ni Mr. Kerwin Espinosa ay nanggaling sa dalawang AMLAC representative na una, sinabi sa iyo sa isang seminar. Pangalawa, binago mo, sinabi nung dalawang AMLAC representative nung inutusan o sinabihan ni General Ubusan na pumunta sa iyo sa jurisdiction mo. Tama?
Opo, sir. Tama po, sir.
Oh.
Ang pangalan po niya, sir, Attorney Joseph Stambago.
Bakit
Yung
kanina
isa, sir.
nung tinatanong ka ni Honorable Paduano, Kwan?
Sir,
Hindi mo masagot-sagot kanina.
nagtanong po ko sa mga kapwa RC ko nung panahon po ni General Ubusan. Kaya po nakuha ko na po yung pangalan.
Well, so sinasabi mo na yung financial transaction na worth 5.1 billion ay AMLAC ang nagsabi.
Yes, sir. AMLA po. Taga-AMLA po, sir.
Kanina, lumabas yung 5.1 billion transaction na yon dahil nakasama sa ebidensya nyo na nakuha sa raid na ginawa nyo. Now, alin na po ang totoo?
Bali po, sir.
Hindi, tinatanong kita, alin ang totoo dun sa dalawa? Kasi dalawa ang statement mo eh.
Nag-umpisa po yung...
Kanina, ang sinabi mo doon sa pagtatanong ng isa sa aking mga kasamahan, doon sa raid na ginawa ninyo, ay nakita ninyo yung mga dokumento na merong 5.1 billion transaction. Pero nung si Honorable Paduano ang nagtatanong sa iyo, sinabi mo, AMLAC ang nagsabi sa iyo. Definitely, Colonel Marcos, you're lying.
Based on the figure po yan.
You want me to get the records or the minutes of this hearing?
Sir,
Kahit na may edad ako sa iyo, pero matalim pa rin yung aking pag-iisip.
Sir, pwede pa ko mag-explain ng konti, sir?
Hindi, sagutin mo muna ako. Alin ang totoo dun sa dalawa? Yun ang tanong ko, hindi mo pa sinasagot eh. And I can cite you for contempt.
Bali po, sir.
If you fail to answer, because under Section 11, failure to answer any question from any representative of this House will merit contempt.
Totoo po yun, sir, na...
Alin ang totoo?
binigay po, totoo po yun sir na binigay ng AMLA yung information sa figure, pero totoo din po sir na based sa raid na, ni Espinido, doon namin nakuha ang impormasyon sa Blue Oceanic Corporation Textile na binigay namin si AMLA para tingnan kasi silang na lang naman sir ang nakakakita sa bangko kung magkano sir ang laman. Di po wala kaming idea during that time na raid, nung pinaila namin ng kaso, ang meron lang kami, yung pangalan lang ng corporation. So binigay po namin yan sa AMLA, sila po ang nag-imbestiga kasi wala pong kapas ang PNP. Kaya later on sir, nung nakita kami
may
sir,
naunang nagtanong sa iyo na congressman dito. And you said na ikaw nga ang sumagot na during the implementation of the search warrant, you found documents on money laundering amounting to 5+ billion. Yun ang sagot mo kanina Tapos nung si Congressman Paduano na nagsasabi, sinabi mo na ang nagsabi doon sa 5.1 billion na yon ay yung taga-AMLAC. You're imputing wrongdoing to representatives of the AMLAC because I know na hindi dapat nila sabihin yun.
hindi naman siguro
kasi
sir,
kung kami nga nagtatanong sa AMLAC, hindi nila sinasabi
siguro sir na-confuse lang yung pagbigay ko ng
No,
information.
so, would you say na yung pag-confuse mo, you lied?
Hindi naman po sir, kasi nung mag-grade po ang CIDG at saka si Espinido, doon po namin nakita yung mga cheque sir, kung kanino inisyo, sino po yung mga involved. So obligado po kami mag-report po sa higher headquarters na ito po yung mga na-found out naming documents. Tapos po, ito po ipinasa po sa AMLA, in which po nag-feedback po yung AMLA sa amin kasi kami man po ang nag-request ng investigation doon sir sa mga account. Kaya po kami sir sinabihan na yung laman nung account ganito po kalaki.
I would like just to advise you, Colonel Marcos, na you should be forthright in your answers to the questions propounded by members of this committee.
Yes sir. Sorry.
Ayaw namin yung nag-flip-flop ka. Maliwanag siguro yun.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Kaya nga sabi ko, antayin mo na ako ang magtanong sa iyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, on August 12, 2016, jailed drug lord Edgar Alan Alvarez was shot dead inside the maximum security compound of the Leyte Regional Prison in Abuyog, Leyte. Tama.
Correct, sir.
At kayo po ang nag-lead ng CIDG Region 8 sa operation na ito.
Hindi po kami ang main lead but our role, sir, is to the application of search warrant. It was led by the Police Regional Office 8, sir.
It was led
By the mismo, sir, ng Police Regional Office 8. We as supporting unit, our role was to apply for the search warrant.
Okay. Sige. Alam mo, Iho, wag mo akong pagbubulahin sa operation ng CIDG. Kasi naging chief ako ng NCR CIDG hanggang ako yung naging head ng National CIDG. And you're not being forthright in your answers. Now, doon sa, yun yung una na nag-apply kayo ng search warrant sa isang detention center. Tama?
Sa Abuyog, sir? Abuyog po.
Yung kay Alvarez.
Opo, sir. Sa Abuyog Penal Colony.
Yes, yun nga yung first.
Yun yung first.
Kasi tinanong ka kanina ng isang kasamahan ko rito whether meron pang nangyari na nag-apply kayo ng search warrant sa isang detention center. Sabi mo, oo.
Opo, sir.
Oo. Pero dadalawa lang yun sa buong Pilipinas. Ano sa tingin mo? Sa iyo lang nangyari?
Meron pang isa, sir, pero hindi ko ka-unit, sir. Taga Pro 8, sir. It was led by Colonel nag-apply din sila, sir, sa Baybay. ng City Jail. In-implement din po nila.
Kaya nga, doon nga lang nangyari. If we go back to history, maski nung ako'y naging chief ng CIDG, walang nangyaring ganyan. Kasi ang protocol, nagkikipag-usap kami sa jail superintendent. Hindi ko alam kung kailan nyo binago yan. Ngayon lang nangyari sa CIDG, nag-a-apply ng search warrant sa isang jail facility, which is supposedly controlled by government. Di ba? O, sa inyo lang talaga nangyari.
Yung sa amin during that time, sir, sinubukan lang naman po namin kung paa-aprobang po kami ng judge, sir. Yun lang ang... Pero kung hindi naman...
Tama yung sinasabi ni Honorable Paduano kasi may rason kayo. Di ba? Huwag mo na akong paikutan. Mas magaling ako magpaikot sa ulo mo. Okay? May I know, how many search warrants did you apply for doon po sa Abuyod kung saan nakadetain si Mayor Rolando Espinosa?
Only one, sir. Isa lang po.
Only one?
Opo.
Hindi kayo ang nag-apply ng search warrant for a certain Mr. Yap?
It was on the same search warrant, sir. Dalawa po yung subject. Bali, dalawa sila, sir, na ano.
May know, are you telling the truth?
As far as I can recall, sir, parang...
Sagutin mo ako, are you telling the truth? Yes or no?
In my
Kung
honest...
sumasagot ka kung hindi mo alam,
In my honest belief, sir, isa lang po. Kasi ako po may hawak ng search warrant nung pumasok kami, sir. Isang papel lang po.
Yung mga DOJ, pwede ba yun? You applied, based on official records, Colonel Marcos, you applied for search warrant on cells 1 and 2. Tig-isang search warrant.
Totoo po yun, sir. Dalawang cell, sir. Cell 1 and 2. Pero
Taka nga, dalawang search warrant, cells 1 and 2. Pero si Mr. Yap was detained sa cell number 7. Pero patay pa rin siya.
sir, parang... Totoo,
Yes, yun na nga sinasabi
totoo
ko.
po yan, sir. Totoo po.
Totoo. Paano nangyari yon? Kaya dalawang search warrant dahil kay Mayor Espinosa for violation of the Comprehensive Firearms Law. Ang kay Mr. Yap for violation of Republic Act 9165.
Tama po yun, sir.
Ay, mas marunong pa ako sa iyo. Ikaw nag-conduct doon at mali yung ginawa nyo. Tell me. Tell me, alin ang tama doon sa ginawa nyo? Nag-apply kayo ng search warrant, tapos grinantan. But did you follow the protocol para pag-apply ng search warrant?
I believe so, Major Laraga, sir, follow the procedure.
Gerald Torre, will you please bear me if I'm right? Kayo nakatanggap ng informasyon galing kay Mr. Olendan ba yun? Diba? Mr. Olendan, yung inyong deponent, di ba? Oh. Tama. Ikaw nagsabi rin kanina eh. Narinig ko rin sa iyo kanina. Kung nakikita mo man lang akong nagbabasa, nakikinig ako sa sinasabi mo. Di ba? According to official records, yung witness mo po ninyo, the opponent is a certain Mr. Olendan. Would that be correct?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Would that also be true? Siya rin ba ang inyong deponent kay Mr. Yap?
Isa lang din po. Siya din, sir.
Now, General Torre, if you're given information, for example, si Mr. Yap ay may possession of illegal drugs sa loob ng detention center at saka yung isang mayor doon na nakakulong ay mayroong 45, nagbigay ng information yung isang tao, what is the first thing that you should do?
In the
Would you believe
On
hook,
the-
line, and sinker yung sasabihin ng deponent na yun? O yung informant na yun?
I will check, of course, sir, the veracity of the information
Yes,
given
and
to
that
me.
is what we call the vetting process
Yes, sir.
of the information. Now, Colonel Marcos, did you do that?
Sir, ginawa siguro ni Major Laragay yan, sir.
Ayaw ko makuha yung siguro.
Ginawa niya yun, sir, kasi in-approve man, sir, siya ng application niya. As I said, sir, kahit nandito naman po si Director, ang mga provincial officer natin, sir, is may independence po sila sa pag-apply ng search warrant. Ang regional chief po, hindi po nakikialam.
Look, alam mo, ang sinasabi mo ba sa akin ay hindi mo alam na magkoconduct ng search doon sa jail? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Nung approve na, sir, yung search
Ay,
warrant.
hindi nga.
Oh, nung approve na po.
Sagutin mo yung umiiwas ka kagad, dumidepensa eh. Ang tanong ko sa iyo, hindi mo ba alam na magkoconduct ng search warrant yung provincial office mo doon sa detention center?
Alam ko po, sir,
And
kasi
then, ano po dapat ang ginawa ninyo bilang regional head?
Binerify-
Hindi ba ang responsibilidad mo ay titignan mo that everything is in order or in accordance with law?
binerify ko yan, sir, clear.
So, binerify mo and everything was in accordance with law. Tingin mo.
Ni-repair din po yata yun sa legal, ni-repair din po sa legal ng CIDG yun, sir, kasi before the implementation, sir, mag-clearance po ako kay Director CIDG. At the same time, sir, ipapa-verify din yung Intel report based doon sa information ng implementation ng search warrant ng Intel Division ng CIDG.
Sagot mo na lang yan nung narinig mo yun na kailangan i-vet. Eh.
Yun po
Diba?
yung...
Afterthought na lang yung sagot mo, Colonel Marcos. But in all probability, hindi nyo ginawa yun. Kasi doon pa lang sa tanong ni Honorable Paduano, yung deponent ninyo, hindi ka panipaniwala. As a matter of fact, sinabi nga na debunk yung claim na yun eh, nung inyong witness. He was not a credible deponent according to the records. Colonel Marcos. Di ba? But anyway, DOJ, is the DOJ present?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ako, kanina, sinasabi ni Colonel Marcos, pinagyayabang na niya, na na-filean siya ng kaso, na-quit siya. Tama?
That is what I heard.
That is what you heard.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yun ang sinabi niya, di ba? Kasi, tama nga rin po yung sinasabi niya na since nagkaroon po siya ng trial, he has been arraigned, double jeopardy will set in. Tama po.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair.
And would you agree with me that the only way that the case can be reopened is if there is a decision that there was a mistrial?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
That is correct. Thank you. Thank you, DOJ. Pag-aralan mo yun, Colonel Marcos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Marcos, kailan po kayo naging pulis?
Mr. Chair, May 2, 1990... Oh no, I was a cadet May 2, 1994, but I became a police inspector in April 1996.
Ano po ang rank nyo ngayon?
I'm a full colonel, sir. Police colonel.
Noong naging pulis po kayo, saan kayo unang na-assign?
My first assignment was the Presidential Security Group, sir, in Malacanang, on the time of President Ramos.
Paano kayo napadpad bilang head ng CIDG?
I was assigned in CIDG or reassigned in CIDG on 2016, July.
Kayo po ay nailipat lamang sa CIDG Region 8 noong July 2016 sa utos ni Chief PNP Bato de la Rosa, tama po ba?
Presumptively, sir, because he was the chief PNP, but the orders was issued by DPRM.
At kayo po ay na-assign doon bilang isang malaking grupo mula sa inyong dating assignment. Tama po ba?
Ma'am, no siguro, Mr. Chair, because I cannot categorize yung malaking grupo po.
Pero alam nyo ba kung ba't kayo na-assign sa CIDG 8?
Ang nangyari po noon, I was assigned in Leyte PRO 8, Police Regional Office 8, in Leyte PPO. Then on July 16, 2016, nangingi po ako ng tulong sa provincial director ko. Sabi ko, sir, para naman ako maka-experience ng ibang assignment, at the same time, nag-signify ako na ma-assign ng CIDG, kaya po ako na-issue ng order papuntang CIDG headquarters.
Sino nagrekomenda sa inyo para maging pinuno ng CIDG 8? Meron po ba nagrekomenda sa inyo?
Wala naman po, sir, pero during that time, marami pong vacant position yung regional chief ng CIDG because some of my upper class already moved for higher position. Kaya nung nabakante po yung regional chief ng 8, nasakto po, sir, na na-assign ako doon, ako po ang na-designate. Nung dumating din po ako ng Region 8, wala na pong regional chief doon na nag-turnover pa or nandun pa siya para palitan ko.
Bilang CIDG 8 po, ano po ang inyong katungkulan?
Bali, ako po yung regional chief ng CIDG 8 po.
Ano po yun yung trabaho?
My work was to supervise the provincial offices ng Regional Field Unit 8. Mayroon po akong field unit sa all parts of the provinces of Samar to include Leyte, sir. Leyte and Southern Leyte, including Tacloban City.
Okay. Nung naupo po kayong CIDG chief, kayo po ay na-dismiss ilang buwan lamang pagkatapos ninyo malipat sa CIDG 8 matapos ang involvement ninyo sa pagpatay kay Alberta Leyte Mayor Rolando Espinosa at drug suspect na si Reuliap. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. It was part of the procedure of the PNP. If you are under investigation, you will be put in the holding center to pave way to the investigation.
At kanina sinabi niyo po na nagsiserve kayo ng warrant, no, kay Mayor Espinosa dahil sa di umano'y violation niya sa Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act. Tama po ba ito?
Tama po, sir.
Paano nagkaroon si Mayor Espinosa ng violation sa batas na ito habang nakakulong siya sa loob ng kulungan?
The Espinosa Group, sir, was monitored as their illegal trade since my knowledge in 2015 pa po. Kasama po sila sa drug list ng PRO 8. Nung nasa personnel pa po ako naka-assign. Hindi pa po ako na-assign ng CIDG. Nandun na po sila. They were already monitored. Pero nung during that time na nakakulong na po siya because virtue of warrant of arrest na wala pong bail, they continue their drug trade. We keep on monitoring. Hindi man po ang trabaho po ng PNP, hindi pwede nakakulong na po yung tao na involved sa drugs, is we stop monitoring.
Okay. Normal po ba na nagsiserve ng warrant of arrest sa kulungan?
Mr. Chair, I cannot answer a definite yes or no on that because ang trabaho lang po ng police is mag-apply po ng search warrant. Pag pin-approve po ng judge, i-implement po namin.
Hindi, tinatanong ko nga po kayo. Normal po ba na nagsiserve ng search warrant sa loob ng kulungan? Yes or no po? Normal po ba ito?
If there is a compelling reason, sir, yes. So that the time that we applied, yes, sir.
So meron kayong mga nabalitaan na ginawang ganito ang kapulisan sa ibang lugar?
Mayroon na pong mga nabanggit, sir. Mayroon din nga po sa MPD, sariling opisina ng Manila Police, in-applyan ng search warrant.
Okay. Alam niyo po ba kung anong batas o regulasyon na nagsasabi na kailangan mag-issue ng search warrant sa kulungan? Meron bang batas na ito?
Wala po ako nalalaman, sir.
Wala kayo nalalaman.
Opo, sir.
Familiar po ba kayo sa mga search warrants?
Yes po. We have applied several search warrants already, sir.
Ang search warrant po ay mahalaga sa due process ng isang tao dahil sinisiguro nito na limited lang ang search na nakalagay sa warrant ay walang abusong magaganap sa mga tao o subject, di po ba?
Tama po, sir.
Naniniwala po ba kayo na kailangan ng search warrant para sa isang nasa loob ng kulungan na kahit wala naman talaga silang tinatawag na expectation of privacy?
If there is a compelling reason as we justified to the judge so that the search warrant will be approved, yun po ang ginawa namin, sir.
Hindi po ba meron namang regular inspection na ginagawa sa loob ng kulungan as a matter of procedure para i-check ang mga gamit na nakakulong kung may mga illegal na bagay silang ginagawa sa loob ng kulungan?
Normal po yun sa isang jail facility. Trabaho po nila yun, sir.
So bakit kayo kailangan na mag-serve ng search warrant kung meron naman pala ganon?
Because we have a reason to believe that already the jail guards, some of the jail guards were already involved.
So meron mga reports sa inyo na yung jail guards ay involved sa illegal na gawain?
Yes, sir.
I have no further question, Mr. Chair.